Hey y'all, so I wanted to come on this video again and do some makeup while we just kind of talk about Christ some more. So in this video we're going to be talking a little bit more into just my personal walk with Christ from the beginning of my life until now. And so I just hope you guys will find something in this message that we talk about that's inspiring to you, or that makes you want to get up and also try to run this race as well. With being a disciple of Christ, then just keep watching. In this video, the makeup we're going to be using is NC46. Now this is just the original Studio Fix fluid. This has been my most requested makeup to do, or foundation to do, is the NC46, because this is literally my shade in a pretty much just a bottle, like no mixing, no anything. This is my shade. And it always has been. I will link some videos down below on the videos that I posted reviewing this foundation, as well as other MAC foundations, because like I said, those are just my most requested videos. We're going to do some color correcting just a little bit. My favorite color corrector is by e.l.f. It's literally so affordable and I love this stuff. So in this video, y'all, just like I said, I want to just quickly just talk about something that I feel like really needs to be talked about. And I really hope that I can encourage someone by speaking about it, because I really just feel so strongly that people need to hear this and people need to know this, especially in particular people that grew up like I did in church, because I just feel like it's something that, just from my knowledge growing up, it's not something that was really just talked about in the church. And if it was, maybe I just don't remember, because I just wasn't really paying attention. But honestly, I'm gonna just start from one place. So growing up, whenever I went to church, they would have just, you know, like, they would have what was called Bible study, or, you know, so church would start at about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Before that, the whole church would go to just their Sunday school. So depending on your age, you would go to your Sunday school, right? So after that, I just remember, you know, Sunday school would let out, and then everybody would go into the main church to hear the pastor preach. Now, if you had younger kids, they would probably stay in the nursery and things like that. But just from the times that I can remember as a child going into the main sanctuary, like, yes, sometimes I will understand what the pastor is talking about, and then sometimes I wouldn't. And so I don't think I really actually started understanding what the pastor was talking about until I got way older, to where I really was able to just really function and hear what he was saying in church. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because I want to just make sure that I want to just, you know, kind of talk about my story and why I'm so just more intrigued now in my adult life, because I'm starting to pick up on a lot of things that I really didn't even know was, you know, that I needed to know, or maybe I knew some of it, pieces of it, but maybe really didn't understand it, but I knew enough that still had me not really fully knowing what I needed to know. And so I want to speak on this because I feel like everybody should make it their priority to know what the Bible says. Like, know what the Bible says, know how to interpret it, and know how to apply it in things in life that you may, you know, need it for. Because everybody is going to go through some kind of trouble in your life, whether you've been through it multiple times already, you haven't went through it yet, just keep living, or you're about to approach it, or you just got out of something. Okay, so just understand that even if what we're about to talk about right now doesn't really relate to you, it may relate to you later on down the line. And I'm actually starting to know that now more than ever. So and I just want to say, like, some things that I grew up learning in church, I really just never read the Bible for myself. So there was a lot that I just didn't know, and it was okay for me, like, that I didn't know, because I was like, you know what, the pastor gonna tell me I'm good. I don't have to look at it, because I know I'm gonna go to church next Sunday or Wednesday, you know. So, but now I'm looking back and I'm like, you know what, that was not okay for me to just think that way. Like, I really needed to think you know, I really needed to understand the word for myself, so that when I go to church, it's just a continuation of already understanding the Bible. And I would know that, you know, I will understand what the pastor is preaching about, and I will also know that the pastor is getting his message from the same Bible that I was reading. Okay. And that's what we really gonna make this message, that's what we're really gonna make this conversation heavily about, is making sure that you know the word for yourself, so that if you're somebody that's maybe going to look for a church, or newly searching Christ, or newly saved, you already know that you're in the right place because of what's being taught. So it's important to not get your validation on you understanding and knowing what God wants for your life just by someone preaching about it. You know, like, you want to be able to cross-reference what the pastor is saying to what's actually in the Bible. And then not just reading the Bible and just, you know, reading word for word, the Eve ate the apple, like really just understanding what you're reading, like what actually was in her mind while she was reading it, what was actually going on in that time, what happened before that happened, like what happened after and why. So it's really just important to understand it. And that's where I kind of would like to fast forward to where I am right now in my life, is I'm hungry for the word in a deeper knowledge kind of way. Like, I'm hungry for the word, and I'm ready to really know what's in the Bible. Like, I'm ready to really want to understand what I'm reading and what I'm hearing pastors preach about, so that I have my own connection with Christ. And then as I go, you know, to church, I'm able to really just discern what the pastor's talking about, and I can question, I can go home, you know, I can look in the Bible and I can read it for myself. And it's very even more so important to know this for whenever you go into the wrong you know, church houses or whatever. So and I just really want to make sure that everybody understands this, because I want everybody to really just hunger and be curious for that deeper connection with Christ. And so just rewinding again to, you know, me just really wanting to know the word for myself, because when I was just going through things and living in my life really just, you know, lost and not even looking for direction from Christ, I really was just, you know, in the world. I was sinning. Like, when I had my son, I wasn't married, you know, I was literally like fornicating. You know, for people who don't know what fornicating is, that means having sex out of marriage. I recently even just understood, like, deeper what you're doing to your body whenever you're having sex, without being married, and that is, you are sinning against your own body. Meaning that, you know, our bodies are a temple, and you should, you know, understand the damage you're doing to yourself whenever you are, you know, having sex outside of marriage. So I really didn't truly understand what I was doing. I just knew it was wrong. It was called fornicating, and you shouldn't do it. I didn't understand, like, the deeper context of what I really was doing to my body, you know. So that was eye-opening for me this late in my life, when I already been through it, already been doing it. And I got so comfortable with doing certain kind of sin to where it meant nothing to me, because I was so far away from God. Even though I thought I was so close to him, I was so far away from him as far as, like, what I was doing. I was even actually to the point where I was trying to justify my sin. Like, I was trying to justify that, you know what, God still loves me, I'm saved, he gonna forgive me, so I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. But really, I didn't even understand what I was truly doing, you know, and what I was really falling into. And I was falling in to the trap of, you know, just really wanting to disregard God and what his word said, at least what others preached his word said, and just live my life. Because I was like, you know what, I'm young, I have my whole life to try to live this straight and narrow road. Plus I was like, you know what, I'm saved, I'm good, whatever. So now, as trouble came my way when I was older, I had no idea what to do with that trouble. That trouble really just, you know, the sin really just had me feeling lost. Like I said, I was no longer closer to Christ like I thought I was. So I was no longer just praying to him when I would go through trouble. I would try to just do things on my own. And let me just make it very known, do not, like, I don't care how far away you are from God, how far away you think you are to where he can't hear you. Don't ever go a day without prayer. Don't ever go a day without speaking to him. Go to him in your shame. Go to him in your, you know, wanting, like, feeling like you can't be forgiven. Like, go to him and tell him why you're feeling that way. Like, don't shy away from him or think that he doesn't want to see you, or hide your face from him because you think, because, you know, I've had a child out of wedlock, I'm actively sinning, you know, he's not going to want to hear nothing I have to say. Please don't feed yourself that lie, okay? Like, continue to keep talking to him, because that's the only way that you're going to get through trouble. And I went a whole long gap of my life, even recently, to where I was so far away from God. In the truth, I was so far away from God, but to myself, I was lying to myself, thinking that I really wasn't, but I was. And so that is just the enemy tactics to make you be so distracted and feel so shame that you don't want to talk to Christ. And that is the biggest lie and mistake you can ever think of. So I just wanted to make sure to bring that up, because you can just really psych yourself out or lie to yourself and thinking that this is the end and there's no hope for me. I'm going to just continue to be lost. I'm going to just continue to be in this world because, you know, it is over. I'm going to hell, or, you know, God is not going to want to talk to me and see me until I get to heaven, basically. Like, that is the biggest lie I could have probably ever told myself, because I went so long with trying to do things on my own, thinking that, and I set myself up for failure. Okay, so already I'm really just loving this overall foundation look. Like, what do y'all think? Like, this MAC NC46 has forever and all time been just my skin tone in a bottle, and I just have to always recommend this foundation to everyone. I wear in the Radiance foundation by MAC, I wear NC47. So and that one is beautiful as well. That one is just more so like towards my mid-summer summer fall shade, but it's still really beautiful. And I'm gonna do another updated video on that foundation for all of you guys who really love that one. I hope the backstory that I gave you guys kind of like shift you over into focus of what it is that I'm going through right now. So I realized right now that I wasn't actually as close to Christ. I realized I really didn't understand his word. I realized just because I grew up in church, just because I grew up with faithful parents and them always trying to instill the word in us, I never really just fully focused on trying to get to know Christ the way that I'm doing it right now. And I just keep, every time I just think about that, I feel just a level of shame. Ooh, I'm sneezing because I'm finna speak the truth. But I never really just understood the level of distance. I never just really understood the distance that I really did not have towards Christ. I really didn't understand that I really wasn't keeping him first in my life. And although I would pray that, although I would want that, I never really did it. I put so much of this world in between me and God to where it allowed me to have to humble myself. Like, it allowed God to have to humble me, like, to the fullest. And I'll speak on that in another video, because I kind of want that video to be separate, because I want to go more in detail about that video to help out moms that may struggle with the same situation that I struggle with. But I know God took me through a season of my life to where it backed me into a corner to where I had no choice but to choose him. And fast forward, that's where I am right now. Going through that season, he showed me how I really did not have a personal relationship with him, and that he wanted me fully committed to getting to know who he is. And the reason why I turned to him, let me finish. And the reason, and some of the things that I turned to him for, I didn't even really understand what I was doing. Like, I just knew that I wanted to get to know him more, but I really didn't even, you know, have a true agenda in mind of what that looked like, or what that newfound relationship and surrendering to Christ would actually look like. Like, honestly, I was clueless to the fact of what he was going to do in my life. Like, and I'm even learning right now, I'm still kind of clueless of what it is that he's capable of. And I love it. Like, I absolutely just love it. I love what he's trying to do in the people's lives around me. I love what he's doing in my family's life. I love what he's doing in my husband's life. Like, just everyone. Like, I'm just really starting to see, you know, God's true hand in my life. And it's just so exciting to just really get to see what he's about to do. So, and I'm just so excited about that, you guys. And also, I'm starting to understand that, you know, although I've been loving YouTube as a means to review products, and I've talked about this on many videos, if you guys have been following me on this new series on my channel, I have them numbered. It's called Choosing Christ. And if you have been following me since the first episode, then you know that I'm going to be doing more, like dedicating my social media. The one thing that was wedged in between me and Christ, with trying to get validation, trying to grow, trying to, you know, use this as a way of my financial means, as a way of my escape, as a way of my, you know, peace, or my therapeutic. I don't know if you guys follow me on my makeup journey since beginning, or my YouTube journey since the beginning. I told y'all I was looking for something that was therapeutic, a hobby, which I didn't know that God was actually going to use this platform as a way of how he wanted me to, you know, talk about his ministry, or talk about him and his goodness, talk about him and my lifestyle. Like, when I tell y'all, I used to be fearful of doing this on my channel. When I first started, I was fearful, and I thought that, you know, doing this would cause me not to be able to grow, doing this would cause me to offend people, doing this would cause me to give me setbacks and things like that. I never really had Christ in mind when I was doing this, and God is even just showing me that this was always supposed to be my purpose with this platform, with all of my platforms. And I'm starting to see that more than ever. And I'm just loving what he's going to do with me. Even if this channel never grows, I'm just glad for the many people that already have told me that this has been such an inspiration for them, to where it's making me want to just do it even more, just for those people, just for the people that may stumble across my videos. So I'm just so excited about that. And I wanted to just make sure that I come on here and continue to do that. I'm just really trying to trust and understand what it is that God wants me to do. And I don't want to just be on here saying any and everything just for views or anything like that. Like, this is strictly not for views. This is strictly for, I get to now do what I love, which is makeup, the therapeutic, but then I also get to talk about Christ while I'm doing it. You see how, like, he made the things like intertwine, and I just am like, even just saying that out loud, like, I really just want to just break down in tears, because that is just so surreal for me to even just say out loud here in 2024. And I started this journey on YouTube since 2017. So, and sometimes I'll even go back and watch my videos when I was so young starting this, and I was just in awe, like, you know, like, oh my gosh, like, I remember what I was going through during this time. Like, I remember what the reason why I started this. Like, I remember feeling so empty inside. I remember starting this and thinking that this would help me not feel so empty, and then I can just still do the bare minimum with Christ. But then I started putting all my focus in this, and I started feeling just more and more lost. So I just want to encourage someone and just let them know, like, if you are really just feeling lost and you're looking for something for fulfillment, you will find it in Christ. Like, you might not find it the first day you choose him. You might not find it the second day. You might not find it, you know, immediately. You might find it immediately. But let me tell you, with time and growth and shifting your focus on Christ and who he is, I guarantee you're going to get exactly what you are looking for. So, and this is no false, this is no to get, you know, acceptance. This is no to get kudo points. This is nothing like that. This is pure experience, pure truth, and pure love. Like, I really just want to help somebody find freedom. Find the freedom that I'm continually finding every single day. finding the freedom that I'm continually encouraging in those around me. And let me just tell y'all, you will not make, this choice will not be the wrong one. You will still go through hardships. You will still go through difficult times. But let me just tell you, you no longer will have to do it for yourself, okay? Like, that's what I'm learning. Like, I no longer have to do this by myself. I no longer have to wake up in the morning and feel like, you know what? I just really just want to hurry up and get this day over with. Like, I don't even want to be involved with it, to where it had me close to not even wanting to be on this earth anymore, knowing that I had, you know, a family that, you know, depended on me to be happy, depending on me to, you know, raise them, depending on me to love them, depending on me to be strong. And here I am secretly weak inside and hiding it. But the people around me that love me knew that something was just off, and maybe they didn't even want to really be around me, you know, like, who knows. But I know that I wasn't happy with myself, and I tried everything in my power to try to hide that, but it came off in a way of anger or unhappiness. So I'm just so glad that God is just continuing to show me that this is him trying to keep me to understand what it is that he has for my life. And like I said, I still don't really know what that is yet, but I just know that he's the one orchestrating my life, and I just want to do whatever he ready for me to do, okay? Like, how many people out there just ready for God to just keep guiding my steps, keep guiding my steps. I don't even have to look up no more. I don't even want to look ahead to see what's up next. Like, I just want him to be there with me, whatever I stumble on. One of my videos that I posted on this series, I talk about, you know, how God is not the relationship with God or Christ is not a quick fix. Like, it's just not something that's quick. It's a continual walk. It's a continual dedication. It's a continual, Lord help me, because we are sinners in this world, and it's going to be so hard to be everything. Like, Christ came and showed us how to do it, because he was able to go throughout this life perfect and not sin. He showed us like the perfect example so that we can strive to try to be that way, although he knew it would be so much harder for us. But he gave us his word as the tools to be able to get through this life and try. He gave us the answer to everything that we might ever even struggle with, so that it'll help us. It's not like he left us here and said, hey, y'all saw what I did, do what I did. You know, it was like, y'all saw me, this is what I did. Now I'm going to leave you with the tools to be able to get through life, you know. So understand that your prayer is your superpower. The word is your resources. It's your tool. It's your guide. It's like a map. And that's what you use. You use those things in your relationship with Christ to get through each and every day, every battle. You're not going to be perfect. You don't have to give up your life. You literally are focusing on Christ. And when I say you don't have to give up your life, I mean that he wants you the way that you are right now. By the time he get done with you, you're going to say, God, take everything. I don't give a dang. Like, take it all. But what he does is he's going to give you something that he knows that you're going to forever be fulfilled with. Whether it's more or less, he knows that it's for you. And just what you're going to want, because he knows us better than we know ourselves. So that's the kind of life that I'm looking for. That's the kind of life that I want for other people. And until the day that I die, until God calls me home, this is what I'm going to be doing, you guys. Like, if y'all ever see me struggling, I need y'all to pray for me. Like, if y'all ever see me, you know, needing help, if I'm not on here for a while or whatever, like if you see me in person, pray for me. I'm going to continue to pray for everybody else. I'm going to continue to pray because I know how hard it is in this life to try to do everything the right way. And God knows that we're going to stumble and fail, but he understands. And that's why we are blessed with his grace to be able to get through things in this life. So let me go ahead and finish up my face. I just wanted to kind of show you guys my new makeup routine that I do using my MAC. Since I am losing a lot of my summer shade, I'm able to go back to my all-time favorite foundation. I will also have this foundation linked down below in this video if you want to look at it or go to the website. I will tag this product down below so you can click on it. YouTube has this new thing now where you can, if you talk about products, you can link it to your video where you guys can purchase it from that if you want to, or you can go to the Mac thing to purchase it. But I love that now because you can do that on Instagram and TikTok as well. And I know when I'm watching videos, I want to go straight to the product, not see the product and have to go to another site to purchase it. But yeah, so I will link that down below. NC46, that's the color of this shade that I have. It is mostly a neutral undertone, and I love it. It's very subtle and it matches my undertone perfectly. But I don't want this video to be too long, so let me finish my makeup and I'll come back on here. Alright y'all, so this is my finished makeup look. I hope you guys love it. MAC Studio Fix foundation, it just does something to the face. I don't know exactly what, but it just makes the face look just flawless, just like skin-like, and I love it. This is not even the Radiance foundation, but I absolutely love it. Anyway, on a much more rewarding message, thank you guys for watching and tuning in with me on another series called Choosing Christ. And I just want to encourage everyone out there, try Jesus for yourself. Like, get in his word, understand it, get a study Bible, get a Bible, pray, have people around you that you can talk to about this. Ask God to help you find a church body that is going to be exactly where he wants to plant you at, that's going to help grow you spiritually, mentally, and physically. And stay invested in that church. Stay focused on the ultimate joy ahead, which is God, which is eternal life. And I hope I was able to encourage someone out there that's either similar to me, or maybe I sparked a curiosity in you that makes you want to get to know who Jesus is even more. Don't be shy. Message me down below if there's any questions that you might have, if there's anything I can support you or encourage you with, if I can pray for you. I'm still in the Bible reading. I'm in 2 Kings now, and so I encourage you guys to understand it. I'm actually going to be going to a Bible bookstore and searching for a study Bible and a Bible that I can really use to help mentor and teach my kids with, for myself, for my own walk with Christ. And so on my TikTok, if you're not following me on TikTok, and I'm going to try to be more engaged more on Instagram now, but if you're not following me on any of my social platforms, please go and follow me on there. On my TikTok, I do a lot of more real-time things with encouraging and things like that, and that's why I'm actually going to post, and I'll actually post it on the YouTube short as well. But I'm gonna post and take you guys along with me to the Mardale Christian bookstore, just so you guys can go with me as I go and search for some more resources and tools to help encourage me in my walk with Christ. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. For all of you guys out there that's been following me since the beginning of time, which was 2017, I love you guys as well, and thank you for hanging in there with me. You've actually gotten to watch me grow. And I'm just so excited for what God has for my life moving forward. I'm so blessed to be able to take you guys along with me during this journey as I'm surrendering my life over to Christ. And it's just going to be such a blessing to watch what he does in my life and you guys' life as well. As always, I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.